This is a line check right here, something that we need to definitely think about. So if you look at the open right here, minus 250 for Adrian Yanez, plus 205 comeback for Vinicius Salvador. If you look at the current odd right now, it is, and let me just make sure I got this right. I do. Every time I look at it, I'm like, how? Minus 400 Adrian Yanez with a plus 300 comeback for Salvador. And your eyes are pretty much the same matching mine, where it's just like, I'm not understanding. I love the prospect that is Adrian Yanez. I think that he's going to win this fight. Cat's out the bag. I think he's going to win the fight. I don't agree with minus 400. I cannot lay a single penny on him at minus 400. Given that he just got his legs battered by Jonathan Martinez in his last fight, now he's coming up against a dude who he should be able to beat in Vinicius Salvador. But Salvador's coming out of that, the Hibas family camp, right? Where they practice a lot of Muay Thai over there. He's got some sick grappling. And guess what? He throws from the hip, man. He throws bombs right there. So what makes the odds makers so confident in Yanez being a minus 400 favorite against Salvador here?
Derek, I don't know. I agree he's the favorite in the fight, but minus 400 is a little wild to me, especially with how either of these fighters can finish the fight early. I mean, they're both bangers, man. They can both come in and do some serious damage to each other. So like you said, my eyes showed it all, man. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's just because they're not doing tape study on Vinicius Salvador, but he's a killer out there, man, and nothing to be trifled with at all.
And again, like just to like double, triple down here, Adrian Yanez is the play. Like, it's very clear. We think that he is the man who should win the fight. I just don't agree with that heavy of a line being laid on him, given that Salvador does have some real pop in his shot. Now, Salvador coming off of 2 losses to CJ Vergara and Victor Altamirano. Okay, understood. You know what I mean? We get it. Maybe that's why. If you look at all of his finishes, though, man, he had 4, first, second round finishes going in a row. The other reality, too, is he's not fighting the stiffest of competition. Adrian Yanez, his losses are to stiff competition. Jonathan Martinez, Rob Font. So let's look at the play. I don't see juice here with a minus 140 TKO. I could see Yanez beating up the body of Salvador, going up high once he starts thinking low and getting a counter-strike finish. I could totally see that. We know his boxing is crisp. It's awesome. But minus 140, man, do you see any value? Can you place a wager on Adrian Yanez in any capacity here?
Not on these numbers, Derek, but that's why I'm throwing him in that parlay with the under money, because no, I'm with you. I don't, especially minus 400. What are we talking about? Not a chance. Minus 140. I can see the TKO happening, but at the same time, I'm not sold on it for minus 140. So that's why I'm throwing this one in the parlay, brother.
Here's one that's interesting. Over 1.5 rounds, minus 145. What are our thoughts?
I'm actually going with the opposite, man. I like the under money. What's the under money?
Plus 150.
Plus 150. You're getting plus 150. Both of them fighters with a huge jump up for Salvador. I like that, but I can see where the calculatedness of how this fight needs to play out, because both of them are strikers and both of them are dangerous. I can see how it pushes it might to that those past rounds.
That's right. So it's plus 115 on that one, just so the folks at home can understand that one. And yeah, AJ likes that one. Now, play devil's advocate for me, though. Minus 145 on an over right there, even if you throw in an additional bet as a hedge for the unknown nature of this contest. If you don't believe that Adrian Yanez is going to come out here and just starch him quick, would you throw any hedge on that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially at that cash-in rate, because Salvador, like I was saying, is dangerous, right? He has the power. He has the camp behind him. He has all the intangibles. And going in as somewhat of an unknown fighter right here, you could always have that factor of Yanez just taking it off a little bit, not knowing what's going on. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but there seems to be times where in a fighter's career, you're on a 2-fight loss streak. You think you're going to get one back. You go in with just a little bit less or more bravado, or less callousness, cautiousness, whatever you want to call it. And then something crazy happens, and that's when stars get made. And that's the shot that Salvador has presented in front of him right here.
Is this a fight of the night contender right here? Do you think this has what it takes? And even if it gets finished early, you know what I mean? The sentiment that I mean. Is this a pure banger alert right here?
I think so, Derek. I think so. Both fighters on a 2-fight loss streak, both of them coming to look to prove something, as well as Yanez looking to not have something taken away from him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see this one being a fight of the night contender.
And where I do see value in that TKO, I'm not betting. Stay away. That's me. Derek G's side of the screen right here. We're saying stay away from this fight completely unless you're working overs and unders. But I do see Vinicius Salvador backing himself up to the cage, and Yanez just going to town. Body, head, up, down, left, right, whatever the case may be. Beautiful counter striking by Yanez. And I think that you have to be real right here, AJ. Even though Salvador is going to be a tough competitor, this is a get right fight for Yanez, correct?
Absolutely, Derek. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but no, this is a big one for Yanez to come back and get one.
All right, right on. Bloody Water Podcast consensus pick, Adrian Yanez right there.